These movies are all about family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Did you know that Vin Diesel's behavior has been so unprofessional at points that The Rock publicly called him out? He's even been rumored to have made a director quit. This is the biggest drama from the set of the Fast and Furious movies. You better not leave The Rock waiting. The problems between these two allegedly started when Vin refused to come out of his trailer to film a scene with his co-star. Vin had already become known for showing up late, and shortly afterwards, Dwayne took to Instagram to announce, "There's no other franchise that gets my blood boiling more than this one." He made it clear that his female co-stars are always amazing, but that his male co-stars are a different story. Some conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals, while others don't. This offended Tyrese Gibson, who wished that Dwayne would be more clear and call out names, but Vin's name being missing from The Rock's personal shout-out to his co-stars after filming Wrapped for Fate of the Furious spoke volumes. Still, the two were apparently able to mend bridges.
We had a good chat long ago, and everything is the way it should be.
But that doesn't mean the drama with Tyrese was over. Vin wasn't the only one The Rock had beef with. As it turned out, there may have been more to Tyrese's input than we'd realized at the time. When F9 was delayed repeatedly, Tyrese took to Instagram to blame it on Dwayne for branching off into spin-offs, pointing out that he'd been able to do something similar, but turned it down out of respect for Paul Walker's memory. Vin Diesel rushed to his co-star's defense, insisting on Instagram that it was unfair to say it is anyone's fault. But this did little to defuse the situation, considering shortly afterward, Tyrese threatened to leave the franchise if Dwayne were to return for F9. This is about as far as things got, and it seems that all became friends again after settling the matter in private.
Yeah, we've reconnected in a real way, man.
We're glad to see them all kiss and make up, though in the case of Vin Diesel, he may want to avoid kissing Charlize Theron. This on-screen smooch wasn't all it was cracked up to be. In fact, Charlize Theron said that kissing Vin Diesel was a lot like locking lips with a dead fish, something that he obviously took great offense to.
What?
Yep.
What?
Ouch! Way to go for the ego. But as it turns out, Charlize wasn't trying to embarrass him when she said that. Apparently the kiss was scripted to be bad because Vin's character was supposed to have feelings for Michelle Rodriguez's Letty, not her character. Charlize probably wouldn't have said anything at all if Vin hadn't gone about bragging about the kiss.
He's literally going around saying that I had the best time of my life.
But hey, if you'd like something to brag about, then definitely consider giving that subscribe button a click. And in the meantime, let's talk a little more about Michelle's character. The Fast and Furious franchise would be missing something without Michelle. And yet, after the release of F8, Michelle took to Instagram to announce, "I hope they decide to show some love to the women of the franchise on the next one, or I just might have to say goodbye to a loved franchise." Michelle didn't call anyone out by name, but rumors suggested that she was especially offended by Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, each receiving their own spin-offs. Shortly afterwards, Vin posted a video with Michelle on Instagram, where she praised him for being
the biggest supporter of strong women.
Even clarifying,
"If I ever post anything, it's not you I'm talking to."
Some suggested that Vin may be leaving with Michelle if push come to shove, which actually wouldn't be the first time he left the franchise, but as it turned out, they didn't have to. The writers took Michelle's notes and used it to transform Letty from a trophy girlfriend to this really layered character. Do you remember the first time Vin left the Fast and Furious franchise? It was back before we knew how far-reaching the series would be. To be fair, but still, the first movie was such a huge hit that you would think he would want to return for its immediate sequel, especially when you consider that he was offered $20 million to come back. Yet, Vin just wasn't that big of a fan of the script, and so he decided that he would rather do the Chronicles of Riddick instead.
Are you gonna stop the monsters now?
I am the monster.
You can probably already tell that this was a bad decision. Even Vin said that he shouldn't have walked away from it just because the script sucked. Because there's an obligation to the audience to fight, no matter what, to make that film as good as possible. Though, in the case of Justin Lin, there may just be a breaking point. Justin Lin is almost as synonymous with the franchise as Vin is. He's directed 5 of the movies, starting with Tokyo Drift, and although everyone expected him to continue along with the series for years to come, we were all stunned to receive the news partway through filming for the 10th film that Justin would be leaving the family. What a sad day for the entire crew. Universal Studios blamed his sudden departure on creative differences, but rumors suggest that there may have been one major breaking point for Justin. And it's a story we've all heard before. Apparently, Justin got into a major disagreement with Vin that ended with Justin deciding that this movie just wasn't worth the cost to his mental health. Vin just kept on showing up late to set, unprepared, and Justin had had enough. Of course, it's only natural for any family to have its squabbles, but even if they wind up leaving the franchise for a bit, we can only hope that they can find their way home again, the way that Vin Diesel did. Which of these on-set differences were you most surprised to hear about? And what do you think about Justin Lin leaving the franchise? Make sure to let us know down in the comment section.